Alright, so I wanted to make a really quick video on what I think the key to actually enjoying your life is, because it's pretty simple. It's your self-image has to always be going up over time. So what do I mean by that? Your self-image is just how you view yourself. You could say self-esteem as well, but it's how you view yourself, your accomplishments, how much you like yourself, where you think you're going in life, just really all parts of your life and how you internally view that. And the secret to feeling fulfilled and happy is for your view of yourself over time to always be going up, to always be improving. And I think with a lot of people, I kind of put people into groups. I'm pretty methodical with how I think about people. I put people into groups and I take one variable, like for example, how happy I think they are, and I compare them to see what is kind of the common factor. And I've found that when I look at people by how happy they are, the thing that the happier people have in common and the less happy people have in common is that the more happy you are, the higher your self-image, it's the fact that your self-image goes up over time. Basically, the happiest people are constantly improving themselves and becoming better across the board in many different areas, in their fitness and their health. They're reading, they're being social, they're learning new skills, they're trying new things. Like, it could be anything, it could be this, putting YouTube videos on the internet, but basically their self-image is going up over time. And when you flip that and you look at the trying to think of a better word than depressed, because it's not necessarily depressed people, just people who don't really like their lives and are kind of, bored and, unhappy and that kind of thing. Those people, think about their self-image for a second. Is it actually going up? I'm not talking about whether it's high or not, high or low, because you can have a low self-image and be happy. Maybe it's, an overweight person getting into the gym for the first time and they actually feel happy, even though they haven't made much progress yet. They can still feel happy. I'm talking about the direction your self-image is going in. So if you think about the people who are the least happy people, their self-image is not going up. It's probably going down. It's probably becoming worse. They're probably, they look worse than they did 2 months ago because they've been eating an unhealthy diet and they've become more overweight. They probably hate their job even more than they used to because they dislike their co-workers even more, or maybe someone they like left. It's actually difficult for me sometimes to think like someone who's unhappy and has a low self-image, because I just don't have that at all. I've trained it out of me. But it's very interesting that this kind of idea of which direction your self-image goes in, it doesn't actually just apply to people with a low self-image and a high self-image. Remember how before I gave you an example of someone with a low self-image, that, the overweight person who's getting into the gym for the first time. Even though they have a low self-image, it's not actually about how high or low their self-image is. It's about the direction it's going in. So if you're a very overweight person with a very poor self-image and you get into the gym, because the direction of your self-image from there is up, you can actually feel happy and fulfilled, even though you're starting at a very low place. And if we flip that again, if we take someone with a very high self-image, maybe it's, for example, an athlete or someone like that who starts becoming complacent. Maybe they start drinking alcohol. I'm not going to name names, but there's certainly athletes that, have done some dumb things, maybe messed around with some drugs, and they maybe lose something because they got complacent. And even though they have that extremely high level of fame and money and success and all that stuff, because they've started getting complacent and their self-image is pointing down now, even though they're at the top, they actually don't feel very good because they've started to stop training for fights or, stop training for whatever sport they're going for, and they start feeling unfulfilled, even though they're at the top. It's crazy that you could think like that, but it actually happens to be the case. So what is the takeaway from this video now that we understand the direction your self-image is going in is one of the most, I think the most important thing for you feeling fulfilled? Well, obviously you need to walk away from this and you need to make sure that your self-image is going up from now on. And the way you do that is by practicing habits that are going to make you like yourself more as a person. So I think 3 basic things we can tick off straight away. You need to be organizing your days. Don't live in a disorganized life. Make sure you plan every day the night before and you have a particular goal in mind for the next day. You're not touching your phone in the morning. You're doing something productive in the morning before breakfast. I think that's really important. The second thing is you need to actually be exercising and staying fit. That's extremely important. If you're not exercising, you're going to be happy. And the third thing I think is to be social. A lot of people are just really unsocial. Some people just don't leave their house every day. I think that's kind of weird. You should be out of your house for something at least every single day. So find excuses to go to the library. If you're working on something like, typing up a book or something, you don't have to do it at home. Literally just go somewhere and do it. Like, go do it in a park. Go drive somewhere that you've never been before and just do something there instead. Like, you can actually do that. You can stack it with something you like. You can go to a cafe and order a coffee you like and do that at the same time. So just find ways to actually incorporate being more organized, being more fit and healthy, and then being more social as well. And you will find your self-image goes over time. And if you want a bonus tip, just journal every single night for like 10 minutes. Grab a pen and paper. I have a book here, and just write stuff. Yeah, that's the right one. And just write in it for like 10 minutes about your life, what you can improve, what you're grateful for, and you will find your self-image goes up. But guys, that is the video. Got an ebook coming soon, which I think you'll like. Thanks for watching.